All right. All right, everybody. Today we are going to start off with the game Two Truths and a Lie. Has everyone heard of that? Yeah. So the general rules, just to go over it one more time in case anyone has questions, is you tell two truths and one lie. So if I'm playing the game, I'm gonna say every morning I drink a glass of tea, I own a parrot, and I love teaching. Does anyone know what the lie could be?
Yes.
Yeah. Does anyone want to say?
You
Yes, Sierra.
you do not have a parrot.
I don't have a parrot. That's a good one. I'm pretty sure if I had a parrot, I would talk about it and you would see it. So that's how I'm going to play the game, and that's how we're all going to follow those rules there. So, what I want us to start with is at the top of your paper, I want you to secretly write down two truths and one lie. And then make sure to keep your eyes on your own paper. Well, it doesn't really matter because you don't know which one's which. You can mix it up with the lie at first or the truth anywhere you want to go. I'll give you about 2-3 minutes to get those down. See, are you done?
Mm-hmm.
All right, just give them a couple more minutes. Think about how you want to say each of your truth and each of your lie. Finish as well? Sarah? Zach, while you finish with your work, take your time. I'm going to go ahead and explain how this is going to connect us today to what we're learning. So, what we are going to be learning today is actually, we're going to continue what we were talking about with our resume and cover letters and how we covered our vocab the other day. We are going to continue that as well. So, whenever we talk about two truths and one lie, that's a good way to connect what you're learning about somebody. You can hear about those background details and you can learn about them just like you can when you go through their cover letter or resume. So we're going to start with Zach. You want to go first?
Sure.
Okay. You want to share what your truth and lie are? Everyone listen and let's try to pick them out.
I like pizza. Baseball is my second favorite sport. I have never had a speeding ticket.
Sierra, do you want to guess which one's lie is?
He has had a speeding ticket.
Yes, so we can rule that one out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Zach, you want to cross that one off for us?
That's a lie.
Oh, that's the lie?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is she right? I thought that wrong. Okay, perfect. Yeah.
I have two sisters. I love video games. My favorite cereal is Frosted Flakes.
Does anyone have an input on what they think it could be? Zach,
The Frosted Flakes.
you think that's the lie?
Mm-hmm.
Is that your favorite cereal?
No,
What's your favorite cereal?
Reese's Puffs.
Ah, okay. Dylan?
I like sports. I have a dog named Spike, and I run every morning.
Yes.
You don't run.
It's true. I don't have-
She's right. You both did really good at that. All right, so apparently we know a lot more about each other than other people may whenever they read our cover letters and resumes. So to start off with, today I want to talk about those vocab words we went over a couple days ago. So what are a couple things that we remember?
I remember experience.
Yeah, so what consists of your experience?
It's gonna be what you've done before.
Yeah, so it's going to be, can you tell me one example of that?
So experience would be like if you worked on your mom and dad's farm once, and you worked there for the summer.
Yeah,
That's experience.
exactly. Now, what's another thing that's another vocab word that's related to what we're doing right now.
Education.
Okay, perfect. So we're getting educated right now. So you could put down that you're in school at this time from so long until present. Okay. What's another thing?
Additional qualifications.
Yep. So what may that consist of?
Just anything.
Yeah. Yeah. So like,
Anything.
do you have any extra ideas?
Wouldn't it consist of like if you had done an extra program once, like
Yep.
if you did an internship or a job search of some sort? Wouldn't that work?
Yeah, that's a perfect example of one thing. And then another thing that we talked about was your personal contact. So that's not necessarily a vocab term, but it is something that is important for when we remember what we need to have on here. So I'm going to actually hand you all a resume, and this is going to be my resume. I want you to go through and I want you to highlight, circle, make notes on them. I'm going to give you all your own. But make notes on them as you would like, where you see those vocab words.
I'll try that pink.
And I'm gonna give you a hint. We left one vocab word out, one important detail that's at the very, very end. Keep your eye out for it and don't say anything until the end when we talk about this. Sierra, you looked really eager. Did you find out what the extra vocab word was?
It was references.
It is references. Okay. So if we go back to our first page, we notice we have, what's this?
Experience.
Experience. And was Sierra right when she said we have like our jobs and things we've done in the past?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Sierra, what is this one?
Education.
Right. So was Zach right whenever he mentioned that? Okay.
Yes.
And Zach, what about this last one here that Dylan highlighted?
Additional qualifications.
Was him and Sierra right whenever they talked about the extra stuff, the internship, volunteering? Yeah. Okay, and then the last one we mentioned was references. And don't forget that on references, we have to have permission before you put a reference on the list. So that is a very important part that we want to remember as well. So now what we're going to talk about, so we all remember exactly what our vocab means. We're going to take back out that piece of paper that you had. It's yours in here. And just draw a quick line underneath what you had earlier. That's just going to be up at the top. It's not important anymore. Good job, Sierra. So we're going to talk, I'm going to give you a heading, and I want you each, I'm going to give you each an individual heading, and I want you all to write down a couple examples that could fit under that. Okay, so we just talked about a couple of them. So I'm going to start with Dylan. I want you to have experiences. So write down a couple examples you may have. Sierra, education. Zach, additional qualifications. And if you make a note of everything that you personally have done, you can also on the side make extra notes of things that you can think of. If you have something pop into your mind, I'm gonna give you But one more minute to look it all through. Good job, Zach, referencing back at the resume. That's a good idea. Good.
I'm trying to help him.
I see that. You did good. Zach, do you feel like you have enough written down? Or enough ideas?
Yeah.
Okay, you just need like a couple. Okay, so we're gonna start. If you all want to make a heading on your own paper, Sierra, write education, or I'm sorry, write experience. Sorry, I forgot. Get Dylan's mixed up. And Zach also write experience. We're gonna start with Dylan.
Okay, so when I first got out of high school, I washed dishes for a nursing home. Then I went to Aquarian. I ran a dump truck for a while, and now I currently run a mill.
Okay. So if you all feel like you could also put any of that down, you can take notes on that. Sarah, did you have any other experiences that you want to share with the group?
So I was a waitress for seven years, which I got a lot of work experience from.
Yeah, I feel that.
I've worked at the same job since 2011. So.
That's a good thing to have, though. Says a lot about commitment. Okay. So now we're going to go on to Sierra, which is education. So Dylan and Zach going to make a note. Education. Sarah, do you want to share what education you thought of?
Well, for myself, it's a bachelor's degree and a master's degree, but I think that there's other things like associate's degrees and PhD programs, and even just your high school diploma. And other things that I've done for educational purposes would be like training camps and conferences and seminars.
That's a great. I love that you brought that up. That helps out a lot. So a lot of us, or specifically a lot of students for this lesson, are going to experience a lot of training and conferences and things that this would work perfect for that. Dylan, I know you could put down your high school diploma, so that would work perfect. You already got it there.
Trade schools.
Yeah, trade schools. There we go. Yeah, lots of different ideas of ways we could put on that. And finally, if you all want to make a note for additional qualifications, it's going to be Zach's time to share.
I heard trade schools were bad.
Okay, I got volunteering at an animal shelter and school internship
Oh,
for my
that's
bachelor's degree.
pretty cool. That's pretty good. I like that. Sarah, did you have any other additional qualifications you would like to share?
What if you were like really good at computer stuff?
Definitely. Yeah, you could put that down there. If you think that you are awesome at Microsoft, Excel,
What if you could speak a different language?
that
Would you
would
put that there?
go there. Can you
I
speak a different language?
I can't,
Oh,
but I'm going to say that.
okay.
You think
Yeah.
I'll know?
Dylan, did you have any additional qualifications you could put?
I mean, I'd like to have my driver's license.
That's a great one. That's a really good one you want to put on there. Yeah, so we now have this great list. Everyone has some examples of what you could put on your own resume, right? So now that we all have these lists, I want to go through them quick one more time. Actually, no, I don't. Okay. But now that everyone has their own list, sorry. Now that everyone has their own list, everyone pick one thing, one specific skill or idea or something you've done before that you think could easily be shown to somebody. And what we're all going to be doing is making your own skit. But don't tell anybody what you circle. Don't tell anybody. It's a secret. Because they have to guess off your list. You have to get up. What you're going to do is you're going to stand up. You're going to act it out, whatever it is. And then they have to guess which one you're acting out based off of your list. Yes.
Do we get props?
You can have props, anything you can find, you can use. As long as it's not dangerous. Okay. So does everyone have an idea of what you want to act out? Yeah? Okay, I'm going to give you all 2 to 3 minutes. Find any prompts or go to separate rooms of the place. Figure out how you want to act it out. Okay? And go. Tea break. You can act out in front of each other too. It's just more or less for to be a little more private. So everyone is going to act out their skits now. So I'm going to just take this over here and I'm going to set it down and put it on a little pause for a minute while they do that. Okay, the students are all getting back. I'm going to go back into the room. And just give me 1 second while we set it all back up. Okay, so we're only going to go one at a time. Who wants to go first? Sierra? Okay. Zach and Dylan, you want to take a quick seat so we can watch Sierra's performance. And before if you want to guess what she's doing, that's fine. But keep your mouth quiet. You have to hold your lips, but wait for her to be done. Whenever she's done, she will tell us, and then we can raise our hand and guess. Okay, Sierra, go ahead. Got the cat for life. Good job. Wow. Are you done? I think so. Okay. All right. Does either of you have a guess as to what she did with that? Dylan, yes.
Graduated.
Graduated. Okay. Is he right? Yes. Okay. What do you think she graduated?
A bachelor's degree.
Yeah. So there's a couple things that could have been. How many times have you walked the stage with a hat like that? Twice. Yeah.
Almost 3 times.
Almost 3 times. Yeah. So, but that specific hat and that diploma told us he could read bachelor's. All right. Dylan, do you want to go next?
Sure.
Okay. Are you done?
Yep.
What do we think he's doing? Yes, Sierra.
He's building something with a hammer.
Yeah. So, do we think? Can you tell us if it was an experience, education? An experience. Okay. So, Sierra, what experience do you think he was doing?
He's working. Tractors.
Close. Zach, do you have any guesses?
Trade school.
Could be. What was it?
Construction.
Construction. He got it. He even got a hammer. That was good.
Thought he was working on tractors.
Zach, are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. He's got a live prop.
Can I pet your cat?
All right. Oh. Okay. Do you want to tell us if it was experience, education, or additional qualification?
Additional qualification.
Do we all remember what Zach said he might have done? Let's look back at his list. Do you mind if we take a look at your list?
Sure.
Let's look at his list and all the stuff that he wrote down. Yes, here.
Volunteering at an animal shelter.
Is she right?
Yep.
Yeah, there we go. All right, good job, everybody. So I have a quick question. Let's say Dylan didn't know how to use a hammer. If he didn't know how to use a hammer, would he still be on construction?
Mm-mm.
No. So do your skills change? If you don't have the right skill for the job, or your experience is going to change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's going to be different for every single person. And then another question I want to ask: if Dylan's whole resume is about construction, like we just talked about, is he going to want to apply to be a barista? No. What if he has some background working with some kind of coffee or serving drinks? Would you want to put that on there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you want your resume and your cover letter to directly relate a little bit to what you did. You want to put all your experiences on there, but you want to show that you have the skills that they are looking for. And then also, Zach, you mentioned the animal shelter. Do you think that's an important thing you want people to know about you? Do you think it shows a lot about your character?
Mhm.
Yeah. So you want them to be able to read your resume and be like, wow, I think that this person really likes animals because of what I've read here. And then, Sarah, I wanted to ask you this question. How would you personally put in your resume that you are, I personally think you're a pretty funny and outgoing person. How would you tell others through a resume that that's how you are, or a cover letter?
I would probably include. I would probably talk about my personal relationships with coworkers, peers, people that I've worked with, and how that outcome usually is, how my current standing relationships are with people that I work with, and maybe include a little bit of humor in my cover letter where it's a little more.
Yeah, there you go. That's a perfect example. So we want to make our letters fit to who we are, because that's the whole purpose. Just like the 2 truths and a lie, you want them to know who you are on the inside. That was going to complete our lesson today. So,
Thank you.
wave goodbye.